Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year, etc., etc. We're going to take a look at a few stocks today and go over some day trades and some potential macro news coming out of the US. Here's 5GG, so an intraday stock today. Just take note of what happens on this stock every time it rallies. It just can't seem to hold on. So is today any different? Probably, I don't know. 5GG, the news really comes down to this EBITDA where they've just become profitable for a quarter, and it's just like, yeah, whatever. I don't know. It doesn't scream that interesting to me. I thought its market cap that it had the day before was sufficient, and I don't know, the market seemed to like this news. Intraday, it was a bit weird. 3-minute chart is choppy as hell. The 1-minute chart, a little bit better, if you want to call it that. Let's have a look. So we've got a bit of a range break. And then again, a fake out into some sort of range break, into a super low volume, into a high volume, sell down on Vwap, and then hey, let's just dip below and almost retest the lows of the day and just recover. Look, it's garbage, just intraday. I'm not. This is micro caps for the last 6 weeks. They're garbage. If you want to trade them, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I don't like it. It is what it is. If you made money on it, sick. But lately, micro caps just aren't for me because I can't trade this very well. At least based on that news announcement, right? So, you know, if it was a drill announcement, and different story. So Yancoal, we have $176 Aussie per ton average realized coal price. So here's the coal price in USD. For the last, this is the weekly chart. So here at the lows, here it's 109 USD. So $176 Aussie is the equivalent of 106 USD. So that's the price that they locked in, and market seems to like it. They've got a good cash increase for the quarter, and yeah, just overall sounds really positive. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but market liked it. So Yancoal, YAL, was really nice yesterday, but today was a follow-on. So to me, this kind of a gap, this kind of a big gap, looks like a bit of a shift in momentum. So today was a no-brainer day to take it long, because these things, these stocks, they don't just go straight up, right? This isn't the US market. This is our shitty Australian market where things pump, they pull back, and then on day two, my goal is to make sure it does not dip below this price here. So when it starts selling off, rising, selling off, rising again. Hey, we've got a lower low. So at this, a higher low. So, you know, pops through VWAP. It's like somewhere around here. It's just like, okay, we've got a nice little buy level. We've got, yeah, a shift in momentum intraday. And it was just like easy money at this point in time. I thought it was pretty straightforward. Is what it is. We're going to take a look at uranium now. So BOE, and then PDN and DYL. So you can see intraday, it looks lovely. Look, DYL and PDN basically have the exact same chart, just very slightly different. So I liked BOE, intraday, you know, range break. I didn't really care much for it. I didn't think it would like really move too strongly through $3, but there wasn't much resistance behind it. As you can see, it kind of tapped it, pushed down, and kind of just kept going. It was like, okay, cool. This move is on the back of, at least I suspect, on the back of URA, which is the Global Uranium ETF, which is up 4%. Now, how does that justify BOE, PDN, and DYL all being roughly around plus 14%? I have no fucking idea. Alright, I just trade the momentum. Was there news? Probably. I don't know. I just follow the momentum, and that's where it sort of took me, and I kind of just didn't sell out because you can see all these stocks, just they have a breakout from the previous highs, and it's just the momentum's carried them all further, and there was just no real reason to sell on or close out the stock based on the book. So you can see just all these stocks are perfectly clearing out previous levels. You can see it touching here, filling this gap here at 9:30-ish, 9:35. So that's it. That was just a really nice day trade that I caught on BOE, and it doesn't matter if you traded PDN, DYL, it's pretty much all the same thing. So am I expecting continuation? I don't know. I don't care because I'm not holding overnight. You can see the URA is probably I don't know, probably might hit this $30 level. Fantastic. But the funny thing is that UXC, which is the actual underlying price, this is, I believe, dollars per pound, USD per pound, is around $73. And you can see it just hasn't budged. It's been on a steady decline for quite some time, for the last, well, year actually. It's just constantly down for the last year. And you can see that sort of reflected in something like PDN. You can see it's just been selling down. It's probably oversold, and this is a market reaction to a slight positive move on the ETFs. So yeah, if you just look at this chart versus the UXC, for example, you can probably see it's probably sold down a lot more than it should have. You know, based on this move, it's actually held up, let's say, I don't know, 55% of its gains instead of 100% of its gains. Whereas something like PDN and BOE, in this move here, they've fully retraced the whole way back down. So that's probably why you're seeing this reaction be a bit stronger, because on the ETF, again, this is just an excuse, I believe, for the markets to react in this way. And you can see again, the uranium ETF is holding up as well, right? So it's not selling down either. It's kind of just going sideways. So it's not overreacting to the downside, kind of like our market is in Australia. So maybe there is more room to grow. Maybe PDN, BOE, and DYL could be a nice short-term swing to the upside to just bounce and recover and get back to where it probably should be. Now, the US has talked about a $500 billion cash injection into private investment for AI stocks. So AIQ is worth watching. AIQ is the index, or rather the ETF for AI stocks. That's the global AI stocks. So what stocks do we have? Now, SLX isn't, I don't believe it's AI related, but it is tech related. So the Qs should move nicely. I've been watching SLX for quite some time here. It's just an absolute gorgeous charter of a stock. Just the way it's retesting these highs here and making higher lows, it just looks like it's going to pop to the upside. So I got some SLX, looking for a move to the upside. You know, if it comes back down to 6 or whatever, then I'll probably just close out. But this is probably going to be a key level where it is here. And yeah, as a tech stock, it probably should flow on from what's happening in the US. And let's look at more, I guess, AI-related stocks. So we've got Appen. APX is an AI training and data solutions company. It's already had a big run. It's up 600%. Yeah, look, it doesn't surprise me that it's the only red AI stock for today. It's had a big move. It's probably just going to chill for a bit. BRN is another AI tech for edge computing, whatever edge computing is. This looks a lot better. It hasn't quite done its 600% run like Appen or anything like that. Really nice setup, and I like just the fact that it's just on its upswing with high volumes. So strong move to the upside, lowering volumes, pullback, grinding sideways, looking for an excuse to move again, and retesting this sort of pivot point here. So it's just a really clean chart. I bought some BRN as well as it broke through this pivot point, because this AI news has been talked about quite a lot. It's popped up on the news, and I thought, all right, let's get some AI or some tech-related stocks, and BRN's one of them. So we also have AIM, which I did not buy any of, but this is an AI-driven, I think it's captioning and transcription services. So again, this is kind of run already 100 and something %, which it's probably not too much, given the kind of news and sentiment out of the US. So it'd be interesting to see where these stocks go. So AIQ, again, is the ETF to keep an eye out for. QQQ is the overall tech sector. This one will be interesting to watch tonight, and to see how much of these things that Donald Trump has signed into effect will move the Qs, how much of an impact it'll be on the tech sector. And you can see all the technocrats in the US, Elon Musk and all these other guys out of Silicon Valley are actually quite pro-Trump and positive about Trump. And, if that's the case, I can only imagine that there'll be more benefits to that sort of sector. I mean, we're already seeing this $500 billion AI investment coming out of the US. That's not really a surprise. It's been in the talks and in the works for a while now, but now we're actually got confirmation that, hey, it's actually happening. It's not just talk. So How much of that is built in, I'm not too sure, but it's worth watching. Again, AIQ specifically should be the one that that moves. And I guess one thing to look out for is also in the US, if you're interested in trading the US, is Netflix. Its earnings came out post-market. You can see it closed here at 869 and is now sitting at just under 1,000 in pre-market. So if we look at the pre-market data, it just skyrocketed. From previous closing price at 870, it's sitting at just under 1k. So something to, I guess, look out for if you're trading the US markets. And yeah, that's about it, boys and girls. I hope you're having a good one, and I'll catch you in the next video.